Welcome to the Beard Speaks podcast. All right, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Beard Speaks podcast. That's right, man. How's it going, everyone? Welcome back. That's right. Hey, man, right off the bat, I can't wait to get this episode off the ground for you guys. I'm going to talk a little bit of C2E2 and some cool other things that have been going on. But right off the bat, let's shout out to Scottsdale, Arizona, Ashburn, Virginia, Knoxville, Tennessee, Park Ridge, Illinois. What's happening, Park Ridge? Minneapolis, Minnesota, Tacoma, Washington, Los Angeles, California, Portage, Indiana, Austin, Texas, Burbank, Illinois, Seattle, Washington. Checking in. What's up, Seattle? Federal Way, Washington, Topeka, Kansas, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. What's up, Wisconsin? We got Evanston, Illinois, Schaumburg, Illinois, Brooklyn, New York. What's up, New York? Naperville, Illinois, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Over Rugged Bilbo. What's going on out there? San Antonio, Texas, Geneva, Illinois. Who else we got here? Storybrooke, New York. What's up, New York? Man, this list goes on. Santa Monica, California, Waterloo, Iowa. What's up, Waterloo? Y'all know I visited Waterloo. Love you guys out there, man. What a great place. Just a very, very offbeat. I like, who goes to Waterloo? Well, I did. It's really awesome. And I got some cool stuff coming out of Waterloo, too. We're going to talk about in a couple episodes coming up. But anyway, Council Bluffs, Iowa, what's going on? Clinton, Tennessee, what's happening? Georgia, McDonough, Georgia, what's happening? Ormond Beach, Florida, South Holland, Illinois. Man, anyway, the list goes on. And the list of countries just continues to impress me and blow me away, man. It's pretty much worldwide right now, man. All these different countries: United Kingdom, China, Canada, France, Germany, India, Bulgaria, Mexico, Australia, Nigeria, Jamaica, Sweden, South Africa, Spain, Dominican Republic, Japan, Guatemala, Italy, Ireland, Finland, Brazil, New Zealand, man, just Poland, going on and on and on. Thank you guys so much for checking out the show. Now, if you can, please go to www.thebeardspeakspodcast.com. All the links to the socials are there. We're on Facebook, or on TikTok, or on Instagram, or on YouTube. We're all over the place, man. And just share, like, subscribe, do all that stuff, man. Just the more you guys get the word out there, the more the show grows. And again, it's just a little podcast that could, man. And I appreciate it, each and every one of you that keeps coming back, checking out the show, and digging the content. All right, man. So you might ask yourself, where are all these people checking out the show? Well, I'm glad you asked, because we're everywhere. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, Podcast Index, Overcast, iHeartRadio, TuneIn Radio, Podcast Addict, Castro, Castbox, Pocket Cast, Podchaser, Deezer, Listen Notes, Player FM, Good Pods, Podfriend, and True Fans. That's a new one we're on. And I guess if you got an Alexa, all you got to do is go, talk to your Alexa over there and tell them you want to hear the Beard Speaks podcast. That's right. And Alexa will play it for you. That's pretty damn spiffy if you ask me. So what else can you do? Man, you can email me at thebeardspeakspodcast@gmail.com. That's right. Shoot the beard, your topics, things you want to talk about. You don't like me? Tell me you don't like me. Shoot me an email. I don't care. Just email me, thebeardspeakspodcast.com, and we'll get back to you. All right, guys, let's get into the good stuff, man. I went to C2E2 this past weekend that just went by, and I got to tell you, not gonna lie, this was my first time there, because usually every year I would go to Wizard World because it's a lot closer, and I've been going to Wizard World for ages, right? And I just loved their setup, and I loved how just amazing that they actually ran that show. But it's been now Fan Expo in the last several years, and I don't know, man. Like the last time I went, I was not too excited because it was almost half the size of what it used to be. I used to get a 3-day pass, and, it would take me 3 days to get through the whole show, checking out, and it depends on what you go there for too, right, man? Checking out comic books. Are you going there for the celebrities? what do you go there for? Let us know. Drop a note in the comments and email us and let us know. But I go for a little bit of everything, right? I love the vendors. I love checking out some new writers. I love to pick up books, comic books, something new, right? And old, like I do collect a lot of Spider-Man comic books and Thor. I love J. Michael Straczynski's writing, so I've been I used to collect a lot of the Amazing Spider-Man with Straczynski. God, what a great run. And I know I was missing a couple, so I usually once in a while I'll go out there and I'll look and see who's got some of the ones I'm missing. He did a Thor run that's pretty cool. I know he's got Captain America, just a couple other books, and he's got some comics that he's done over the years that are really interesting. So I do check a lot of that stuff out, but I do look for new writers also, which brings me back to C2E2. So this weekend, I went, and a big shout out to a good friend of mine from Waterloo, Iowa, right? Christopher D. Schmitz, the writer who was on my show. If you guys go back to, I forgot what number episode that was, but I'll drop another link in the comments, a link in the comments, and you guys can go and check out that episode. And he had a table at C2E2 and gave me his other pass, so I was able to go and check it out this time over at McCormick Place here in Chicago. Huge building, right? So much, a lot of walking, which is pretty cool. I enjoy my getting my steps in there, man. So what a great show. I was really surprised. Man, I love going to these things because, all the unique people out there. It's awesome. You guys let your freak flag fly, and, all the costumes are awesome. They really are, and just watching, these kids going, like seeing that through the kids' eyes, it's pretty cool. They're just, they're blown away by all the stuff there, the comics and all the superhero, costumes and things. It's pretty cool. So right off the bat, I usually am not a big fan of seeing a lot of the celebrity lines because they're like insane. Some celebrities hide behind curtains. I find that just insane too. I don't get it. Some of them that do that, I'm not going to name names, but it's like, come on, man. There's people who really dig, checking out the celebrities or even meeting them, and I've met some in the past where I'm not a big, I'm getting autographs or whatnot, but it's pretty cool to just walk up to someone and be like, hey man, I'm a big fan of yours. And, thank you for the years of entertainment. And I think they get a lot more out of that than, hey, let me get your autograph. And then you just kind of walk away. I met Adam West years ago at the Wizard World Comic-Con here in Chicago. What a cool guy. Same thing, just walked up to him to say hello. I met a lot of different people like that. That one just stuck out because it was awesome. But I met Lou Ferrigno. That was cool. Ralph Macchio, things like that. Really, really cool. And this time at C2E2, I got the opportunity to talk to Christopher Lloyd. Man, how awesome is that? That dude is an icon. And I, didn't want an autograph or anything, so I kind of checked out all the lines as I walked back there, and it was just a sea of freaking people, man, because they had a pretty decent lineup of stars, but they had some wrestlers there, which they usually do, and Sting was there, man, with his full makeup. Man, I was always a big Sting fan, but his line was like insane. Chicago's very own Son of Svengoolie was there. I did pop into his line just to say hi to him because I've met Rich Kaz several times at trade shows I've done in the past, and really cool guy. Love Son of Svengoolie, man. If you guys have never had a chance to watch his stuff, it's hilarious. I love it. The Rubber Chickens, but he's a Chicago staple. But Christopher Lloyd's line was short at one point, so I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna pop in there. That's a once in a lifetime right there, right? And he's getting up there in age, so I'm standing in line and just chit chatting with a couple people there, and they're like, oh man, what are you getting signed? And I like, I'm not gonna sign it. I'm not gonna have him sign anything, man. I just want to say hi, and ask him what a yellow light means. Taxi fans will get that. Love Taxi, man. I grew up watching that, man. I'd come home from school and try to get my homework done, or there were times where I would go to work with my dad. My dad worked for the gas company here in Chicago, and I'd go to work with him sometimes and get home like a little after 5 o'clock and just rush in to watch Taxi, Mork and Mindy, and then Taxi, right? But I loved it. What a great show! Obviously, Back to the Future, right? How do you how do you not like that? So it was just cool. I walked up to him just to say hello, and we had a nice conversation. Thanked him for the years of amazing, just amazing talent and entertainment, right? So, and he really appreciated that, and it was nice. It was nice talking to him, So he was a really good guy, and he didn't seem like to want to rush me or anything like that. He just actually seemed genuinely like, wow, that's all. He just wanted to say hi to me. I'm like, yeah, man, shake it. He shook my hand. Really, really nice guy. So, but all in all, C2E2 was pretty cool. I got to get out there and see some cool stuff there. I saw the artwork by a dude called, this is funny, The Bearded Artist. I love it, man. All pencil art. This guy's artwork blew me away, man. Just blew me away. And I think you can check out his work at www.beardedartist.net. Yeah, I would definitely go just pencil drawings, and they were just outstanding. Outstanding. So I grabbed one of his postcards, and I'm following him on social media, man. Just really, really cool. I'm hoping, and his name is Kevin. I'm hoping to get him on the show. I gave him a card, and hopefully, hey, hopefully Kevin out there, if you're listening and checking out the show, I'd love to have you on. We talk about your artwork, man. It's just amazing. Some of these people, man, just blow me away with talent. Now, I used to do a lot of pencil art, growing up. It was one of my things. I completely suck at it, right? It's just something I just love to do, just as a pastime, and I just never really had that talent, but this guy, wow, man, check out his artwork. You will dig it. So the next thing I ran into, so this guy was clever. It was not like it was clever, but it was really, really cool. I'm walking by. I think I did like one of my last walkthroughs. I'm like, I'll make sure I didn't miss anything. And I walk by this table, and this guy looks at me and says, scary books? I'm like, scary books? Like Stephen King? Scary? He's like, yeah. I'm like, all right. So he got me to stop, and his name is Matthew Salinas. I think I pronounced this right. Salinas, Salinas, and talked to him for a while. Chit-chatted. Really cool cat, man. He's local, from the Chicagoland area, and I picked up 3 of his books, man. I'm halfway through A Nail in the Coffin, which is a book of about 200 micro stories. Pretty interesting, man. So far, I'm really digging his writing. And yeah, man. So I picked up that book, which I'm, like I said, halfway through. I picked up another one of his books called As It Stands. I can't wait to read this one. And then I picked up another one, What Sleeps in Woolenlark. Yeah. So pretty interesting, man. Some pretty cool stuff here. I'm always into trying to find some new writers and some new books and, different things like that, because you just never know. You find a gem, right, man? And I always like to support independent. You got to, man. These are the people who are out there. They're doing it. He's been now publishing for the last couple of years. So it was very interesting, to me. So it's like these guys put their hard work and their heart into this stuff, just like with my music, right? We study, we work hard, we get our chops down, and we're writing and putting our art form out there, and these guys are doing the same thing. So it's pretty cool. So yeah, man, really cool. I'll put a link to his stuff in the comments also. Check it out, man. So like I said, so far I'm halfway through A Nail in the Coffin, and it seems like it's got my attention, man. I can't put it down. It's a really cool little micro stories. I never read that, so it's really awesome. They're like one pagers, really, really cool. Then I picked up some comics. This one's really cool. So these guys here, I stopped because I really dug the cover. I mean, I hate to say judge a book by its cover, right? But I really dug the artwork on this comic book. and it's a Sigma Comics, and the woman there, she's one of the writers. And we talked a little bit, and the comic book series is called Here Comes Calico. And this dude kind of looks like Black Panther-ish, right? You know, and the idea behind the story is that the superhero goes around and saves animals and pretty much destroys the people who are abusing animals. How cool is that, right, man? You got to give it up for the animals, man, right? So what was really cool about the woman that I talked to is she also works for a shelter and saves animals herself. So it's kind of goes hand in hand with the comic book, which is pretty awesome. So yeah, I really enjoyed the show. I mean, there's a lot of really cool people there. Saw a lot of different awesome artwork and a lot of different comic books, but these are the ones that caught my eye. It's what I picked up, you know, and once I read these, I can kind of give you guys an idea how cool they are, because Calico, I haven't really read it yet, but I started with Nail in a Coffin, so that's my first dive in right to all my C2E2 haul. But yeah, man, I enjoy it. If you guys go to C2E2, you guys enjoy Comic Cons or, Comic Cons in your area, yeah, let us know, how enjoyable it is for you. I love it. I love going to these things. It's a huge thing my daughter and I used to do all the time too, and I love it. It just kind of gets you escape from the world of nonsense that we live in, right? And just kind of have fun. So, moving on, man. I can't wait to go to... I did pick up my tickets for Wizard World. Until this year, there's some cool stuff going on. I know Mark Hamill's going to be there here in Chicago at, I said Wizard World, but what I really meant is Fan Expo. Sorry. That's what they changed the name to. So now it's the Fan Expo. Yeah, it's cool, man. It looks like they're expanding. I'm hoping that this year it's a lot bigger than it was in the past, since Fan Expo took over. So I got the 3-day passes. Early, prices are so inexpensive. So it's really good to do that, So pick those up and you can go and enjoy, the Friday, Saturday, and Sunday type thing. And we'll see, man. But I do have to I have to say, man, they got a lot of cool guests this year. Melissa Tomei is going to be there, and William Shatner is going to be there. So the celebrity guest list, if you're into that, is pretty awesome this year. So it's going to be interesting. Although I saw the prices for Mark Hamill's autograph and photo op. And I don't know, man. You got $4 for an autograph, and then another $400 for a photo. That's kind of crazy, but I don't know. People save up for that. That's your thing. I get it. It's like I said, not really my thing to pay all that money for an autograph or whatever. I just rather just meet the person. I think there's much more in a conversation than anything. But then again, that's what these guys come to do, right? They're making money. I don't know. If you're raising money for a charity, I can see that being that could be pretty awesome. I mean, I did pay for meeting Dan Marino one time to get autograph on the football, and but the money went to autism, right? So that was a very, very good cause. I didn't see a big deal for that, right? So I knew that's what it was going for. So I was cool to pay that. But I don't know, man. Just to pay somebody for their autograph sometimes is kind of weird. So I don't know. What are your thoughts on that? Let me know, guys. I'm just not a big fan of it. Just me. Whatever. But I can see, getting a photo with them and things. I mean, I've gotten photos before. No one's ever charged me. So sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. Back in the day when we used to go to Wizard World, it was like $20 for a photo or for an autograph or something like that. That's cool. $20, that's cool, right? But again, the crowds were huge, so they're probably raking it in, But I don't know, $400. I mean, it's a little crazy. But it is, as they say, what it is. Awesome, guys. So I'm going to talk a little bit about a movie I just saw. Now, I am by no means, man, am I good at doing movie reviews or any of that kind. I really suck at it. I think I tried. It was something I wanted to do at one point because I was a big fan of John Campia. You know, I used to watch him all the time, man. Actually, when I was going through a lot of my cancer treatment, I watched a lot of a video podcasts or listen to podcasts and that type of thing, which is kind of what got me started in doing this, man. You know, it was something that I couldn't keep my eyes open to read, and I love to read. I mean, I've got an extensive library of Stephen King books and, you know, Tolkien and things like that, C.S. Lewis. I love books, right? I'm a huge book nerd, but I couldn't keep my eyes open, being sick like that and going through the chemo or whatever. So I would listen to books or listen to podcasts and start, listening to these things. And I really enjoyed it. And some of the big, influences, like I said, was just watching that before. I think it was it was the AMC Movie Talk, I think, at one time, but they changed it to with the Collider, or then there was something else, but I think it was just called Movie Talk or something like that. My memory escapes me on that, but he had John Schnepp on there. God rest in peace. That guy was awesome, man. He was the nerd's nerd, man. Just, and they loved, Star Wars talk, comic book talk, and it was really cool. And they did a lot of movie talk. You got a lot of news on movies and stuff like that. But they had insider, That's why at one time they started in a closet at AMC, and they had all the inside. I don't have any of that, right? So all I know is I watched some pretty good stuff, and I'd love to talk about it. I'm not a movie reviewer, but I want to talk about Morbius. I watched this on Monday night, Tuesday night, I don't know, sometime earlier this week. And, right away I went when the movie was over and I started Googling, when's Morbius 2 coming out? So right off the bat, I dug the movie, right? And I started seeing all these reviews. I was like, lackluster reviews and this and that or whatever. I don't know. I seem guys to always like movies that other people don't really like that much. I mean, of course, I like the big, Star Wars and this and that, whatever. But I don't know, man. I sometimes I seem like, anybody out there ever see What About Bob? What a freaking phenomenal movie. What About Bob, man? Oh, my God. What a great movie. Richard Dreyfuss was awesome in that movie. Just What About Bob? So anyway, you gotta go see that movie. So I watched Morbius. The cast of Morbius, just Jared Leto, which am I a fan of the guy? I don't know. Good actor, right? And then Matt Smith, one of the doctors. I love Doctor Who too, man. I'm a big Doctor Who fan. He wasn't one of my favorite doctors, but he was good, And but he was in the movie too, and the idea of the movie, and I'm going to tell you guys right now, spoilers. Moving on forward, I'm going to talk about some of the end credit scenes. I'm going to talk about some other stuff. So if you didn't see the movie and you want to go see the movie, stop right now. Just come back later. But if you have seen it and you want to listen to me continue, keep going. All right, cool. So 2 kids, they both have some kind of rare blood disorder, and they're in the opening scenes. They're in the hospital together, and the kid that Jared Leto's character saves Matt Smith's character by putting a spring from a pen in the machine that was keeping him alive, right? So the main doctor, played by Jared Harris, he basically notices how brilliant this kid is, right? And he says to him, Michael, I want to pay for your education. You're smart. You saved this kid's life by sticking a spring in there. It took, scientists to create this machine, and you fix it with a spring out of a freaking pen, right? So pretty brilliant. So it fast forwards, obviously, now Jared Leto's character, Michael Morbius, becomes a doctor, and he's studying to, find this rare blood disease, find a cure for this rare blood disease. And he basically starts working with bats, and he's working on the DNA from bats into human blood, or creating some kind of synthetic blood. So where do we go from here? So now Matt Smith is Milo in the movie, and his character, they stay friends, for lifelong friends. And Jared Harris, who's the mentor, was the doctor that was watching these two, has been taking care of Milo all these years, right? So what happens at this point is that Michael Morbius finds this quote unquote cure, but that turns him kind of into this insane vampire type creature. And now Matt Smith, Milo, sees that, hey, what are you holding out on me, man? I'm tired of being... And I can imagine, man, having this disease that basically renders you useless, right? You can barely walk, and it's because Michael Morbius's character had crutches, then they had to keep taking this infusion to stay alive. So pretty interesting, right? Interesting plot. But I loved that, that the best friend kind of, between the two of these two, Milo and Michael Morbius, and I like that interaction with the best friends, and I could see how that here, and here's the spoilers, where it kind of turned, where Milo gets the cure, and he takes it from him, and even though Jared Leto's character figures out, hey man, now I'm killing people because I got this thirst for human blood, and he starts to realize that this cure only lasts for so many hours until he has to feed again, and then it's getting shorter and shorter on the synthetic blood, so he needs real blood. It's pretty cool. I love the effects. The effects seem pretty awesome. I mean, the movie itself, it just it went at a good pace. I didn't feel bored. I didn't look at my phone, man. Yeah. You get these movies now, you're watching them, and then the minute you start looking at your phone and checking your messages, you've checked out. Movie's over, right? Why even bother? And I've seen some of those recently, right? Just nothing to write home about. But this was cool, man. I really dug Morbius. I don't know. The cool spoilers were at the end, the end credit scenes, because it is a MCU movie. They're tying it in the Spider-Verse, and Michael Keaton shows up. Now, you guys all know, I am one huge Michael Keaton fan. This guy's movie, and I posted just the other day that he has won some award for DC, best Batman, actor, which I agree. He is the best Batman out of all of them. I do. I think he was the best Batman, and I think he was the best Bruce Wayne. I really do. I love Michael Keaton, man. If you ever want to watch an awesome Michael Keaton movie, there's tons of them. I actually just watched, my wife and I watched one the other night. I can't think of the name of it right now, but I'll have to figure it out with I think it was like some white noise or something like that. But Michael Keaton has come back in the end credit scene, and meets up with Morbius, and that was just really, really, really cool. So if you dig Michael Keaton and you like the Spider-Verse, I think you might check out Morbius, see what happens. I'm hoping they do part two. At this moment when I'm recording this, I haven't really dug in to see if there is going to be a part two, because I saw some things right after I saw the movie that there wasn't. Maybe there will be. I'm not sure, but like I said, Michael Keaton's awesome. Beetlejuice was a cool movie, but I gotta tell you, his character in Multiplicity, guys, you have got to see Multiplicity. What an amazing freaking movie, man. Yeah, so he's done some good movies, he's done some okay movies, but I do love him in Multiplicity, and I do love him in the Spider-Man and Spider-Verse, right? I do like a lot of other movies, like I said before, that other people don't really like, so I do dig a lot of obscure stuff. He was in The Squeeze, which was a pretty cool movie. He was in Penthouse North, which was a cool movie. The Dream Team was awesome. What else was he in? Let's see. I'm going to pop up a couple more. He was actually in Herbie, Fully Loaded. I did not know that. That I never saw. He was in RoboCop, Desperate Measures, Dumbo. Yeah, White Noise was the other movie that we just watched. That was a pretty spooky, cool movie. But check out White Noise with Michael Keaton, too. That was pretty cool. But anyway, getting back to Morbius as I go off track. See, I told you I suck at movie reviews, so don't ever expect me to start doing tons of movie reviews. Just going to do the ones that I really like and I enjoy. But I'm gonna tell you that White Noise was good, so go watch that. But Morbius was really a cool movie. I'm hoping that they do expand it in the MCU and see where they go with that. I'm hoping they come out with a part 2. Like I said, I really dug that end credit scene where, Michael Keaton comes in and kind of shows up in this new universe. So I think they're playing on that Spider-Verse thing. So that's going to be pretty cool. Yeah. So that was kind of the spoiler review there of Morbius. I dug the movie, and the acting I thought was really cool. The special effects I thought were cool, even though I heard a lot of not so good reviews on them. I don't know. It's all good stuff, man. So moving along, what else do we got? I think that's it. Awesome, guys. Yeah, definitely. I've been trying to get enough podcasts up and running for you. I know it's been a hot minute since I've been behind the mic. There's been a lot of stuff going on, just personally in life, with a lot of different things that I kind of mentioned before. Some good friends passed away, and some other issues that kind of kept me away from the mic for a while. And it's rough, man. It's rough running a podcast when you've got, everyday life coming at you. But I do appreciate everybody that listens to the show, man. Like I said, just go to www.thebeardspeakspodcast.com. Check out the social links. Stay in contact with me. If you know of any awesome topics that you would like me to cover, go ahead and shoot me a message at thebeardspeakspodcast@gmail.com. One of the things I also want to mention out there, if you are a father who has had to fight for your rights, father's rights, I've got a segment of the podcast that I am dedicating to parental alienation and father's rights, and mothers too. I mean, because parents' rights altogether is really what it should be, because it's not just us fathers that get attacked with alienation. Mothers do too, right? There's people out there that continue to do this to children on both sides, and it's just not right, So if you want to tell your story and talk about what you did to overcome it, if you are a child who's grown and were alienated from either your mother or father and want to tell your story, please reach out. thebeardspeakspodcast.com. We're here for you. We want to hear the story. We want to get the information out there. You're not alone, man. There's people suffering out there. Mental health is important, and what it does is it really comes down to hurting the kids, man. The parents are going through hell regardless, but it's really, really, really hurting the kids at the end of the day. And no kid should ever suffer because of one or the other parent's anger. It should not be that way. So if you guys are out there and you want to talk about that, man, sure, shoot me a message, and be sure that you can, confidential, or you just want to get your name out there. It doesn't matter. Either way, we will put your story on the show, and we will talk about it, and get that awareness out there, because people really need to know that this is happening. So, but other than that, guys, listen, I really do appreciate that you guys keep coming back. Again, remember, go to www.thebeardspeakspodcast.com and check out all our links to all the social out there. Just, we love you. Keep coming back. Rock on. Until next time. God bless.